Okay, so I'm going to run you through the system that I use to sell brand new digital products to cold audiences with zero ad spend by promoting them in no promo communities. It's really simple. I've been in this game for like 10, 11 years at this point, and whenever I build a growth strategy, first thing that I always want to do is I want to map out this ACA model, I call it. You need one solid asset at each stage, and they need to build into a cohesive model. Don't try and do like 101 things at the attract stage because you're just going to confuse yourself. You need one way to get people to see your offer. If it's a high cost offer, you want to capture the details to nurture them towards spending, thousands and thousands of dollars. So that's email capture. You need then a way to turn leads into customers, or if it's a self-liquidating front end, low cost, attract straight to the sale, a way to keep them engaged, and then a way to get them to refer their friends to set up this fly loop on the back half. What I'm going to be talking about today is a model that is self-liquidating front-end offer that is promoted in no promo communities. By no promo communities, I mean these are communities of your ideal users where the moderators and the owners of the groups and things, they will say you're not allowed to promote your own stuff here. I've done this thousands of times, well maybe not thousands, but I've done this a lot, made thousands and thousands of dollars off it by getting around to their systems. Simple way to do it, and I'll show you how. In this example, I'll run you through how I do this on Reddit, send them through to a sales page, get them to engage in a free community and also through emails. And then once they're happy with the product and they've got the results after a couple of weeks, of using it, I'll ask them to do testimonials and things so that then we can use that to refer others to the sales page. So, an example. This is my Reddit account. And as you can see, I launched some custom GPTs. I wanted to see if I could sell custom GPTs, access to them. And I basically went to Facebook groups that talked about AI and custom GPTs and marketing. And I promoted them in there, and I made $4,069 in 10 days after launching. And so then I thought, I should maybe do a program about this, and I'll use the same method of creating these no promo communities to launch this, and this is what these are. So as you can see, different subreddits, different communities that are all relevant to my audience. And you can see the engagement, 294 votes, upvotes, 106 comments, 57 comments, 44 comments, 54 comments. These are all the same thing. These are just slightly different angles of promoting the same thing. They're all essentially the same message that's being communicated in each one of these things. If we look into it, it's very simple. It's a simple ADA model post. But what a lot of people do is they'll go into these communities, and it wouldn't take me long, actually. I think one of the worst ones for this is entrepreneur. My journey, yeah. It wouldn't take you long to find, like, people are just like, oh, hey, check out my product. There you go, look, I will help you do this. And it's like 2 upvotes. It's only been up for 3 hours, but I mean, it's like, it's not going to go anywhere because they're just like, oh, hey, check out my thing, buy my thing. It has to be useful, first and foremost. It has to offer some sort of value and has to be intriguing. So typical copywriting approaches use that. People are like, oh, how did he do this? That's the hook. Opens that curiosity loop, get them in. ADA formula. And the way that I usually do this is I, grab attention with that headline and stuff, and then reaffirm the outcome. This is, what can happen with this. The interest is you're doing it wrong. This is the way people have been telling you. It's not right. Desire is I explain how simple the system is, and then I tell them where to go, like to take that next step, right? But I literally break it all down, and I'm like, look, this is what I do. This is how people do it, but this is what I do. Instead, I do this. Simple offer, I could have sold it for this much. I package them up, sold it for $1. Break it all down. How the upsells and everything work to increase the average order value. So literally give away the high level overview of what you're doing for free. Explain why it works so well, and then comes through to the sales page. Boom. This used to be $1. It's now $27 because you increase the cost as the demand goes up. But it's very, very simple. By doing this, because you're focusing on explaining the system, explaining how to do it, even from a high level, you're not giving away all the secrets. What happens is you get all of these people chiming in and saying like, oh, this is really good. It reminds me of this, or da-da-da-da. You do get some people who will be like, oh, you're a fraud, whatever. But all of these things, all of these comments, essentially all of these people, it's a digital hand raise from them to say, oh, I'm interested in this kind of thing. Can you tell me more? You're like, yeah, I can. Here's the sales page. I call it spearfishing strategy, because essentially what you're doing is, rather than just blasting it out to everybody, you're putting something of value out there, and the people who engage with it are essentially raising their hand and saying, hey, I'm interested, I'm ripe to be caught. And so then you go after those people. And that's how you can launch products with no reputation, not to a warm audience, but to a cold audience. And it's really good because these kind of pages, you need to test whether these work with a cold audience, because when you start running ads to them, it's going to be a cold audience and you can't bet on your reputation. So by doing this, you kind of get around that, and you can actually understand whether or not this will work with people who don't yet know who you are. It's a really easy way to validate new products, to sell them, and to get people into your funnel to actually pay you. As this is exactly the same strategy in this video of what I've done on these posts. It made $4,069 in 10 days by doing it with the custom GPTs. The $1 product challenge has done more money. It's thousands and thousands at this point in terms of the back end upsells and stuff. But if you want to see the whole system of how this works with the $1 product challenge, click the link below. You'll see this page here. Ignore my little chat message, and it will explain how this all works, the system. It will give you some proof and all that. It's all in there, so you can check that out. If you have any questions, always feel free to reach out. But generating sales is a lot easier than you think. If you start charging low cost to get people into your funnel, then you can upsell them. Check out the $1 product challenge. It'll answer all the questions. It'll give you everything you need.